Hey everyone, welcome to Mizhollywd.com. Oprah made a huge announcement that her show will be ending in 2011, making it 25 years on television. Now, if you know me and you have been following Mizhollywd.com, you know I am a huge Oprah fan. They don't call me Minnie O for nothing. Now, with us today is my friend Paolo Presta, who was on Oprah before, and he is the only person I could possibly think of to share in this conversation about our love for Oprah.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Now, I was completely devastated by the announcement. How did you feel?
I was beyond sad. Because I heard there were rumors, as you would know, a couple weeks before the statement came out on Thursday from Harpo. But when that came out, that statement on Thursday that she was going to make that announcement on her live show on Friday, I did not want to watch that show. And my family's in Chicago, and the Oprah Show airs at 9 a.m. So after that show aired, they called me. My sister called me and told me, Paolo, don't watch it because you're going to be sad. And
did you end up watching Friday's show after your family told you not to?
yeah, oh hell yeah. I first saw a clip of it on TMZ because TMZ had the whole clip of it. So I was like searching in the mornings. I couldn't wait till 3 o'clock over here in LA to watch it. So I saw it on TMZ, and yeah, when she started to cry about how we as her viewers, how, we've touched her and, she's been in our living rooms and our kitchen. I got choked up over there.
I kind of felt that it was coming, but when they made the announcement online, I was just like, I don't think anybody can really understand how much that, she means to me and means to you, I guess. I've been watching her since I was 3, and I don't think I've ever missed an episode. What is your first memory of her in the show?
Well, because I'm from Chicago, so and we have a store in the city, so I just remember while I was watching the show, I was the only one in my family. I come from a big Italian family, and I was the only one watching her. I would record on my VHS tape, and I would come home from school and watch her, but just seeing her studio in our city, there was a connection there, and then watching this lady talk about her weight and about, educating us, that I didn't receive that education in school, there's a connection there that I learned from her and no one else, not even from my parents.
You had an up-close personal experience with Oprah, unlike me, I'm still waiting, but you were on the show. Talk to people about that.
Where I live in the city in Chicago, she's working at the East Bank Club, which is a gym right where I live, and one day I went there and I was working at the gym, and I saw her there. This is like the 3rd time I've seen her there, but I've never stopped her and talked to her because I just couldn't. But there was something that had made me want to say something to her, and that morning when she was done working out, I saw that she was exiting, and I said, okay, it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I left the gym too. We both ran into each other, and I stopped her, and I introduced myself to her, and I called her by her last name. I just said, Miss Winfrey, and she said yes, and I just told her how and the reasons why she's helped me in my life, and those some personal things. And I just remember her asking, what is your name? And I said, Paolo. And she gave me this hug, and that was really the beginning of a new thing for me, because when I left the gym, I just thought, okay, she's not going to remember me. That's just the end of it. That was that. And then a week later, a producer went to her office with my headshot and a letter, and as soon as she saw the picture of me, she remembered that I was the guy that stopped at the gym, and she said, let's make his dream come true. So 2 weeks after that, Oprah herself and her staff came to my father's grocery store outside of Chicago, and she surprised me with a Will and Grace speaking role that happened about 5 years ago.
I'm starting the Oprah campaign, and I'm going to be coming up with videos and whatever that I can to get her on Mizhollywd.com or me on the show. My dream has always been to be on her show before she retired.
You believe that? I used to go to her show before I was on her show. I would go to her show at least 3 times a year, and I would drag my friends. I would get people who didn't want to go, but I just needed people to come with me. And I would be upstairs at our grocery store, and I would be calling their hotline number, which is like 312-591-1922. Like, I remember the number. It was 2 weeks before I was on her show with my friend, and I said to him, I go, you watch, one day I'm going to come through those wood doors because I've been here, I believe in her, I love her, I admire her, that she needs to know. And who would have known that 2 weeks after that, I ended up going through those doors when I was sitting there in the audience telling my friend that it's going to happen. Because I wrote letters, I mean, weekly.
Believe me, I've written my fair share of letters, and so has my family. So I'm not giving up yet.
Go ahead.
But besides your episode, do you have a memorable episode of Oprah?
There's a couple. I mean, one lady that I'm never going to forget is the mother. I think her name was Tish. And I just remember the story, I think about her a lot, is that she was going for a walk with her best friend. She does this morning walk every day.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, and then when she got home, her ex-husband shot all 5 of her kids and killed himself in her home. And there's something about that mother, because she's been on the show a couple times, that I think about her and how courageous she is, because she wanted to end her life too, but I remembered when Oprah did the update on her, she touched so many moms out there that wanted to end their lives, but because of her story, they didn't. And that's what I mean, the power of like her show and the television.
Some of these people's stories and what they have told, and also Oprah telling her own story and making you feel that no matter what you're going through, you can get through it too. I know it's a talk show, she's a person, but it's meant so much to me. So, you know, people can just...
That's why everyone needs to go buy her DVDs, her 20th DVD, because they're so good. Like, she's got so many good moments in her DVD for the first 20 years. Like, she has her aha moments and her favorite guest, her favorite celebrity guest, her favorite surprise guest, and, you know, I'm in there too. And it looks like this. You don't have it.
I have it too. I have it too. A friend of mine was teasing me about, like, because I said I watch it every day, like, oh, well, do you have the DVD? And I said, yeah, I got it the first day it came out. And he goes, I was just kidding with you. It wasn't serious. And I said, oh, okay, well, I am.
I'm so with you on that. And then I took a friend at midnight. Tower Records were closed on Sunset. And we waited in line. And there wasn't a long line, which I was shocked, because there should have been a long line. But we waited in line. And I remember I brought it to the cashier and I told the guy, I'm like, oh, yes, this is the DVD. I am. And he just looked at me like, okay, so.
You're like, this is a big deal for me. This is huge. This is Mama O. We don't play with that.
This is huge. Yeah.
I think it's going to be the next, you know, whatever, 18 months or whatever leading up to it. It's going to be madness of people trying to get in to the show. People are calling you to try and get tickets to Oprah. I mean, what do they think that you can do? They think that you have Oprah on speed dial?
Never asked them for a favor. I've never emailed them for tickets. I actually just do what everyone else does. I still go on Oprah.com. I go and see if there's anything that relates to you, whether it's my family or a friend, and I write about them. But I've never called them and said, hey, can you guys help me out over here? I'm trying to get tickets too, like everyone else, because I want to go back.
Well, you'll get on the Oprah campaign with me and try and get me on the show.
Let's do it, for sure.
Like I said, they don't call me Minnie O for nothing. So, Mama O and Minnie O have got to meet.
You have a year and a half, so don't give up, okay?
I'm not giving up. And you and I think we should have a big Oprah party for the last show. Because you and I are going to be blubbering idiots. And so I'm
dreading that last show because I don't even, you hear the sitcoms, like Will and Grace, or all the other sitcoms that after 8-10 years, like Friends, it's really hard for them, like their last taping. So I can't even imagine for her and her staff how it's going to be the last day of her taping.
Well, Paolo, you know that I adore you.
I adore you too.
But I thank you so much for joining me today on Hollywood Cam.
Thank you for inviting me. I do. It's always fun to talk about with someone who adores and loves as much as I do.
And while we go out, show everyone your mug that you were showing me.
Yeah. So thanks, Oprah, and then on this side is the Oprah Show.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. You're fantastic. And hopefully I will talk to you soon.
You got it. All right. Thank you. Come on. All right. Bye. All right, bye.
Bye.